There's actually a token that is leading the market right now. Michael Saylor steps down as CEO at MicroStrategy, and Solana gets hacked again. Decentralized. Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this Michael Saylor thing. I want to talk to you a little bit about this whole Solana situation, because I'm sure you guys have already heard a lot about the Solana situation. Today, if you haven't, we're going to talk about it. I want to talk to you guys about a token that is actually leading the market, doing some pretty interesting things. The Bitcoin chart, just a whole bunch of stuff. You want to watch it all the way to the end because it's jam-packed with a whole bunch of information that's going to be beneficial. So let's just get right into it. So first things first, Bitcoin is at 23,200. This is actually pretty nice right here, but there's some interesting things. We can see that we're within this little trend that we're in right now, and we have some resistance above us. This blue line up here is the 21, this dark blue line. This light blue line is the 13, and then up here is the 34 moving average. So we have to close this week above here right now, because this could be a retest. So we want to close it above this 200. If we drop below it, that could be bad. So we want to go ahead and try to flip this 200 to at least have a little bit of hopium. We need some hopium at this point, right? Everything's been going down, or if not sideways. So I'm thinking sideways might be more where we're at. Looking at this chart, this is actually a pattern that usually breaks to the downside, so that could send us back down here to 18,000. We can see that, and then right here on the monthly, this is the weekly right here on the monthly, going back down to the 18,000. If I delete these stupid lines right here, we can see that this will be creating some type of bear flag right here, and that would be like another shakeout, or the last shakeout, or just another shakeout. That could be a bear flag and still send us down to the low area. So we're really not out of the woods yet, but as long as we're above the 200 moving average, I have hopium. But we got to go ahead and close above this, withstand that, and then pump up here to about 29k and get above that 200 moving average. And they say, hey, you know what, everybody in the crypto markets and all these Bitcoin people, you guys need to pay attention to the macro market and the stock market. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see what the DXY is doing. The DXY actually did exactly what I said. It actually bounced off of the 13 moving average. Man, how you can kind of trade just off of the moving averages sometimes. It's kind of crazy, but it definitely bounced right there on the moving average, and it needs to go back down, because this going back up could mean that Bitcoin is going to go ahead and go below whatever it's going below. But SPX right here is looking like it wants to also pump up to this 34 moving average and maybe get rejected right there and come back down, whatever. But this thing is actually kind of, Bitcoin's been following the overall stock markets, and this is what we use to judge the overall stock markets. And this chart doesn't actually look too bad right here, and this is a weekly chart, so it doesn't actually look too bad. So talked to you guys in the beginning about a token that is actually leading the market because it's doing some very interesting things. This one right here, looking at this chart, we see some interesting things going on. This is the daily chart for GMX. Now GMX is the trading protocol on top of, or swapping protocol, or just a protocol in general on top of Arbitrum. It is like the first one on top of Arbitrum. Like, I don't know if it's the first one, don't quote me on that, but it's the main one on Arbitrum. I know that is for sure right here. So going to the website, you can see it's just the exchange right here. You can trade on Arbitrum, and also I believe you can trade on Avalanche now. But if you go right here to the earn tab, they have some pretty nice staking rewards. I'm not telling you what not to do or what to do, but you can stake GMX and you will get 3 different tokens as rewards. So you get some pretty cool rewards right here on the GMX token. On the GMX exchange. And yeah, the chart has been looking pretty interesting, because the chart has actually did what it looks like right here looks like where we are in Bitcoin, and this chart looks like it's going up. So that's why I said it could be leading the way, because it's actually doing some pretty interesting thing, pretty bullish on this GMX chart. It's been pretty bullish for the last couple of weeks, since July 1st. It's been pretty bullish, bottomed out. So yeah, GMX token, it's been a pretty good hold for me in my portfolio, so I'm glad that's one of the ones that I kept staking. Yeah, the next thing I want to talk a little bit about is Constellation, the DAG token. So I found this nice infographic. For those who don't know, DAG token was one of the tokens on my low cap gem list. It is now, let me actually pull that up. It is now at 290 market cap right now in the bear market. The all-time high of this token is 45 cents, and for me, a low cap gem has to be under $40 when I 40 million when I find it. So DAG has actually done pretty well. A lot more of the tokens are in circulation right now. They got the 2.0 that released not too long ago. You can go right here, and there's a little infographic about DAG. It is a layer 0, so it can connect to multiple blockchains. It is feeless. It has infinite scaling ability, because the more transactions that are on the network, the more faster it gets, which is pretty interesting. It's ultra fast, super secure, so secure that the United States government is deciding to hold some of their data on it. So just think about that. They're using that's one of the other reasons why I like it. And connect to all chains like Solana, which got hacked. We'll talk about that in a minute. Ethereum, Matic, Bitcoin. It is heavily decentralized. I wouldn't say heavily until this gets over 5,000, but hey, it's growing. It is growing. They got a bunch of nodes. Over 1,000 is pretty cool. You can create layer 0 blockchains you can create layer 0 apps, which could be cross chain. So this is what I like about DAG the most, is that you can create layer 0 products that if you just come out and release a layer 0 DApp, for instance, then you don't have to worry about a lot of the problems that we're having with bridges and stuff like that. Passive income from the staking of nodes, of course, and the US government Department of Defense is building state channels, which is pretty dope for DAG. So something for you guys to check out for sure. If you haven't checked out the DAG Constellation token, there are some projects that are building on top of DAG that I do like. GeoJam is one of them. We'll get his own video pretty soon. So let's talk about a little bit of this news going on in the market right now. So thousands of Solana crypto wallets got drained in a massive hack. Not this again. Even this article is kind of poking at like, damn, this keeps on happening. It was over 7,000 wallets, which is quite a bit, which pretty much sucks, right? This is why, decentralization is key. You want something that's really super decentralized. This is honestly, this is why a lot of Bitcoin maxis are Bitcoin maxis, because they feel like, this couldn't happen on Bitcoin. A lot of these wallets getting drained and stuff like that. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, but I'm just saying a little bit of playing devil's advocate for the people who hate on Bitcoin maxis. Yeah, it's pretty sorry to see that a lot of people are getting their wallets drained. That's something that I hate to see. People just losing their money and thinking that they're in something secure and this and that. But not this again, meaning that this has happened a ton of times on Solana at this point. Yo, come on. I tweeted today, like, how come this didn't show up in the price of Solana as much that this attack is happening? This is pretty crazy. But Solana, 74% of the supply is also staked. I read that as one of the main good points about Solana, and it's this is happening. And it's not just the specific wallet. I read earlier that they didn't really know what it was, but they knew it wasn't like a wallet thing. It wasn't the wallet's fault. So pretty interesting stuff going on right there with that Solana hack. And then Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor resigns as the CEO of MicroStrategy. Now, they made up the excuse. I don't know if it's an excuse or not. You guys let me know in the comment box. Do you think this is the excuse why he let go? They said that he's going to just concentrate on the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin strategy, and then they're going to concentrate. They're going to have the other CEO. I forget the name. My bad, bro. But they're going to have the other CEO or miss. I don't even remember, but they're gonna have the other CEO focus on their other business so that they can keep this thing going. So I think Michael Saylor's probably just too busy being a Bitcoin bull and going and doing these Bitcoin conferences and doing all this different stuff like that he don't got time for this stuff no more. So he's just gonna remain on the board, you know. He's going to remain executive chairman of the board, and the CEO responsibilities are going to be passed down to the company president, Fong Lee. So shout out to Fong Lee, who's going to be the president over there. And yeah, he's basically saying that he's just going to concentrate more on Bitcoin. So is this good for Bitcoin? Is this bad for Bitcoin? Who knows? They lost a lot of money in their Bitcoin bet so far, but in the long run, I'm pretty sure they will be alright. So like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. The trading course is available. There is another, if you want to pay with cryptocurrency, just go ahead and send 0.03 ETH to everythingcurrency.eth, and then I'll go ahead and shoot you your code to download the course, and then you can get into the trading group. And yeah, we'll get that going if you want to do that. Yeah, RIP to crypto roots. Think positive, and positive things will happen. Till next time, peace.